Hey y'all, it's Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are tackling one of the most popular recipes around Thanksgiving. This is my sweet corn spoon bread. But here's the thing, this is great any time of year. It should not be relegated just to Thanksgiving. So whether it's Easter or Memorial Day, it's a great dump and stir and bake recipe that adds a perfect side to just about any menu. Let me show you just how easy it is to make. If you love this video, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? That way you're notified every time we post great new recipe content. Again, this is one of those recipes where you dump everything into a bowl, you pour it into a baking dish, and you bake it. It's so easy, and it's a great way to fill a menu up because it's something simple, and you can make this in advance, which is really great on Thanksgiving when you've got 100 other things in the oven. You can make this a day in advance and warm it back up. I do get questions about that sometimes, and I will say I like to bake it all the way through and then reheat it the day of, just for you to take note. All right, I've got an 8.5 ounce box of Jiffy corn muffin mix here in my bowl. To this, I'm going to add a 15 ounce can of whole kernel corn. I've got a 14.75 ounce can of cream style corn. To this, I'm going to add about a cup of sour cream, and I'm just gonna guess, this is a 16 ounce container, so I'm gonna put about half of it in there. To that, I'm going to add a half a cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter. Now, if all you have is salted butter, you can absolutely use that and just omit the salt. I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of salt. And I've got 3 eggs here. I've just cracked these into a bowl, that way I can make sure I don't have any shells in there. And to give this a little bit of a head start, I'm just gonna kind of whisk these together before we add them to our mixture here. Right in. And then we're just gonna stir this together. Like I said, it's one of those recipes that makes adding a side super easy. And it's this great textured thing that kind of has a cornbread consistency. It's a little sweet, a little savory. And the reason it's called spoon bread is because literally you're gonna need a spoon to scoop it out. It kind of has that cornbread texture, but it's a little bit softer than a traditional cornbread. We're just gonna stir this together. All right, once we got our mixture combined, I've got a 2-quart baking dish here. I'm gonna open my dishwasher. I got dirty dishes in here, so I'm gonna spray this over that just to keep from cooking spray going all over the kitchen. Just give this a little spray. Again, this is a 2-quart baking dish. We're just gonna add this right to our dish here. And there are tons of things that you can do to this basic recipe to kind of change things up. You can make this in the slow cooker. I have a bacon slow cooker version of this recipe that's great. You could add some cheese to this. You could add bacon. You could add some jalapenos. It's really kind of a blank canvas where you can add tons of other flavor. I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees. This is gonna go in there for 50 to 60 minutes or until it's set and nice and golden brown on the top. All right, after about 45 minutes, you can see that this is perfectly golden brown. It's nice and set. We're gonna let this rest for about 10 minutes before we serve it. And again, this is one of those things that you can make in advance. So if it's Thanksgiving or a busy day and you just need an extra side, I will tell you that what you wanna do if you're gonna do that, make it a day in advance, allow it to cool completely, wrap it in plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge. When you're ready to cook it, take the plastic off, put foil on it, 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes, just until it's heated through. Folks, you can get more information about doubling this recipe, adding some other flavors, even making a slow cooker version of this by heading over to the website at southernbite.com and just search for sweet corn spoon bread. Y'all enjoy.